color. Selective color is when some of the image remains in color and other parts of the image do not. So although I have Photoshop open in the background, I want you to drag the photo from classwork right onto your computer desktop, and however many times you drag it is how many samples you will have. So this is -2. Then you'll be back in Photoshop and you're going to do open or file open. Mine are on the desktop. If you end up with images in your downloads, you would hit downloads in Finder. So desktop, birds on a branch, 1, 2, whatever one, hit open. And you can zoom in. If your image ends up with a grid on it and you want to remove it, you go up to view, show, and uncheck grid. First thing you're going to do is be sure that you have your layers open and unlock this layer. Background layer will become layer 0. You can also title these layers if you wanted to. You could say this is called colored birds. A good rule of thumb anytime you're in Photoshop is to duplicate your layer. One way to do that is to right click, duplicate. And I'm actually going to call this one black and white and hit OK. Obviously it's not black and white yet, but it's about to become black and white. Another way to duplicate layer is in layer, duplicate layer. On the black and white layer, you're going to make an adjustment. So that'll be at the bottom of your layer. The circle that's divided in half has some options here. You can also brighten photos, especially if they're dark to begin with. We plan to use black and white, so you hit this ... If the black and white is not to your liking, you can make adjustments here. This window came open when I hit black and white. If it was to your liking, leave it as is. So I'm going to brighten that back up a little bit. All right, so then this area right here, this white rectangle, represents what's called a layer mask. You can see that in properties too, this word mask, layer mask. What layer masking will do is allow you to hide parts of a layer. So I'm just moving everything kind of closer here to this, my toolbar. In my toolbar, you want to have either white with the black, and if you had colors in there from painting before, you want to hit what is called the default, so white and black. And to begin masking, you want to have black as your foreground color. And if you notice, I just hit this as a swap, like to switch the colors. So black in the foreground and a paintbrush, just a regular paintbrush. You want to make sure that you have not a fuzzy brush. So if you were to have a soft brush, you're going to end up with not clean lines. So you want to bring the hardness up to 100%, and you can see you end up with clean line edges. Since the point of this is to reveal the color, I'm just going to show you what the masking will look like in the masking area. So all of the black that I'm kind of painting over or masking is showing up in my mask. If I make a mistake and I go over too much area, you're going to be removing the black mask by switching to white. So I'll swap this. White will be in my foreground color and continue on with the paintbrush. In order to clean that up, I'm removing the mask with a smaller size brush. Remember how you resize brushes is either your bracket key on your keyboard. The left one will make your brush smaller and the right one will make your brush larger. You can also change the size up here. Right now I'm at 3 pixels, which you can see is just about the right size to get close to the edges. So that is layer masking, and it's considered to be non-destructive because you can change it. It doesn't permanently damage anything. go ahead and complete these birds on your own and turn in your practice for practice points in classwork.